Hello, hello, and welcome back. Episode 5, on our way to Mount Hobs in the Kingdom of Fabul. Alright, so when we last left off, Cecil, Rydia, and Edward the Bard returned to Capo here and used the Sand Ruby on Rosa to cure her of her desert fever. And now they've decided, well, with the revelation that Baron is collecting the 4 crystals, that they need to go to Fabul to warn that kingdom of Baron's impending attack. So what's cool about the hovercraft here, go right over the lakes and things. Anyway, on our way. So we also took a look last time at Mount Hobs, and we noticed that it was blocked by a giant wall of ice. So Rosa mentioned that Rydia, being a caller of mist, should be able to use fire magic to dispel the ice. Rydia seemed hesitant about that and wouldn't really say much more about it. But regardless, we're traveling to Mount Hobs now, and here we are. Cast the spell of fire, Rydia. Rydia, you can do it, Rydia. No, I hate fire. She's afraid of fire because her village was destroyed in a fire. Listen, Rydia, you're the only one who can melt this ice. If we can't get through here to Fabul, more people will be put in danger. Please, please, Rydia. Notice Cecil is quiet here because he knows that he is the one who inadvertently, being the one who burned down her village, he's going to choose not to mention that here. He knows that the best thing here is for him to be quiet, perhaps. Yeah, she can do it. Now, what's also interesting here is this is an example, right, of a character overcoming something in their past in order to push on to the future, which is common enough in stories. And you'll notice, though, that here they wanted to make it seem like a big deal because you know Rydia's backstory now, that she lost her mother and then her village all in the same day. You know that she's been carrying around this weight with her this entire time. And here the game even goes so far as to use the music to mark the attempt, the music that they usually reserve for some momentous event happening. So Rydia learning Fire 1 is a momentous event, signaled by the game's music. And on we go to Mount Hobs. I really like the mountain music in this game. I think it sounds awesome. It's over here. And just like, okay. So the first thing that we're going to do when we get out of this fight is we're going to need to rearrange this party because we really don't want Rosa to be in the front row. That is a bad place for her to be. Chances are something's going to go horribly wrong very shortly if she stays here. Okay, so one of the things about this game that we talked about was you have the ability to move your people from the front row to the back row, and you have 2 different formations. One formation is 2 characters in the front row, 3 in the back. The other one is 3 in the front, 2 in the back. So what we want to do here is, because we have 3 people in the party who are not frontline fighters, really Cecil is the only one, we are going to use change, and we are going to reorganize here. I'll put Rosa in the middle, and we're going to put Edward in this spot, which will also be in the back row. There we go. So that is a much more safe way to do this. And here I'm not really sure which way we want to go, so we're going to explore over here first. Oh, that's the summit already. Do not want to be there. We're going to go back over this way and see what's over here. Skeletons. Classic. So Edward, doing his part here. Interesting note about Rosa, you'll notice that she has fight, white, aim, and item. White is obviously her white magic. Fight makes her shoot her bow and arrow. Aim is an interesting thing. In the original manual for the English version of this game, aim, it said give aim to party members or something like that. And that is much different. Well, it doesn't make sense, and here's why. So, in the Japanese version of the game, each character had their own thing that they could do. Like Cecil had an attack where he shot like stuff out of his sword. Rosa, with that aim, I think it was a status effect where she could boost the accuracy of everyone in the party. But in this game, in the American version, they scrapped that. And I think all it does in this game is improve her accuracy and make her attack. I think that's what it does. But again, I can't be sure. I never was able to figure that out. So just to make sure, I always hit aim with her instead of fight. Because I think it improves her accuracy and makes her attack. These things apparently not weak to arrows. Nice. Oh, Edward's doing a really good job back there. Uh-oh. So that's what you want to avoid. If you hit bombs and you don't kill them in one hit, and then they get their turn, they will explode. There we go. Rosa just learned Life 1, which will come in very handy. Rydia learned to stop, which we'll probably never use. Cecil gained a level as well. Good. We're going to save here at view. Just a moment. Okay. So that's never good, especially when you've got 3 wizards in your party. Whenever you're back attacked, the enemy gets the first go, which is also not good. Edward will change our formation back to what it should be, and we are not doing good here. So let's see. Nice. Do a little bit of healing here. Okay, and the other thing I want to do is, let's change this around a little bit. There we go. And we're going to do the same with Rydia. I like to have magic in this order: fire, ice, lightning. Okay. Found a tent. Are these like gravestones maybe up here? Okay. Some useful stuff. Alright. And let's use a tent. So we've got a bunch of them, why not? Okay. There we go. Again, you'll notice the limitation on characters and names. These cockatrices are called cockatrix. Okay. Now we'll go over here to the summit of the mountain. But wait, there's more. Birds are weak to arrows for some reason. Not really sure why that is, but there it is. Okay. Here we are on the summit. What's the box? I think we're just gonna end this fight the easy way. Ooh, white arrows. Again, white in this game is synonymous with holy in later Final Fantasy games. Although in FF6, they called it pearl, which is interesting. What's that? Yikes. He must be a karate fighter of Fabul. Achoo! Why they went with that? Not sure. I wonder if in the Japanese version, he says whatever the Japanese version of Achoo is. So here we get to see how awesome Yang is. What's also interesting about this is they call him Karate Man. He's a karate man, but he's done in the style of like a Chinese kung fu martial arts master. Right, so we're going to help him battle the bomb here. So this is the first time that we have 5 people in our group. And this game, I believe, is the only mainline Final Fantasy game that allows you to have 5 people in your party, which is pretty awesome. And I really took this for granted at the time. Later on, the game's limited you to 4 or most of the time 3 people. I think every Final Fantasy on the PlayStation and PS2, you were limited to just 5 people, or 3 people. Yikes. So this battle, I think, really highlights a lot of the strengths of the different characters. You've got Cecil dealing out the damage, Yang as well. He's going to explode here, but it'll also give us a chance to see Yang's other ability, which is Kick, once this thing explodes into its smaller constituent parts. Rosa here, is able to heal and also shoot arrows. It's just a really good, solid example of what all your people can do. Let's do the kick. There we go. The Mom Bob has been taken care of. Rosa gains a level. Good news. Who are you? Oh, thank you. See, he's got manners. Not who are you, but thank you. I'm Yang, the Karate Master of Fabul. We were training when they attacked us. We're on our way to Fabul. Golbez is using Baron to get crystals. Kind of explaining everything that's going on in as few lines as possible here, since the player already knows what's going on. That means they will try to capture our Crystal of Air as well. No doubt, Damcyan was already attacked and had the crystal taken away. Fabul is next. But we are now helpless. I'm the only survivor of our main forces. Those in the castle have just started their training. Golbez must have sent those monsters. So Golbez was apparently a smart guy, right? He's ambushed Yang and his contingent of experienced warriors while they were training here on the mountain, leaving the Fabul castle defenseless. To keep us busy here and attack Fabul? They will be attacking any minute. But you are a Dark Knight. It's not only your problem, but also ours. Now, is he saying this regarding the Dark Knight comment? That it's not only Yang's problem that Cecil's a Dark Knight, but also theirs also? I think it more likely that he's referring to the situation of Baron attacking Fabul and Cecil being a Dark Knight. It's known that that's something unique to Baron. So Yang is wondering, why would someone who's a Dark Knight of Baron be willing to help us out? I am the Prince of Damcyan. Rosa and I were in Baron, and she is Rydia. I was fooled by the King of Baron, and I had to defeat her mother. Oof, translation, so rough. You have your own reasons, I see. Would you help me then? Of course. Fabul is to the east over the mountain. Let us go. Karate Man Yang joined. And people complained about the translation in FF6. Come on. This is pretty bare bones here. Though not nearly as bad as something like Legend of Dragoon on the PlayStation, which is another favorite game of mine. That game, it's not so much translation in that game, so much as it is localization. There are some lines that characters say in Legend of Dragoon that just do not make sense. Like woodland lakes back there in the distance. That's really nice touches. You could tell that Square was really just beginning to mess around with Super Nintendo hardware. And the difference between this and then Final Fantasy VI is just immense. It really makes you appreciate it if you've only played the American versions, and so you've missed FF5. 5, of course, was the mid-step between 4 and 6, and just going from this into FF6, as we all did in the US, absolutely unbelievable. The difference, the experience that Squaresoft had gained over their course of their time with FF4 and 5 was just amazing. And for this game, though, again, even though it is so early on in the Super Nintendo's life cycle, it was great for the time. It was absolutely stunning for the time, especially when you compare it with Final Fantasy 1. But again, that's really the benefit of having grown up with these games in the US, is because Squaresoft was alternating, like when they were releasing games and the games that they were releasing in the United States. For us here in the US, the changes in the games were much more drastic than they were in Japan. So in Japan, people who played these games saw incremental increases in the quality of the games, of the quality of the graphics, the music, the stories, the everything. But us here in the US, it was much more jarring. You know, you go from Final Fantasy 1 on the Nintendo to this on the Super Nintendo, and then you go to Final Fantasy 6, skipping 5 on the Super Nintendo, and then obviously 7 came around and blew everything out of the water. But I would argue that the difference between 7 and 8 was just as drastic as the change from Final Fantasy 4 here to Final Fantasy 6. Oof, I knew he was going to do that. Fight. Only one little mistake on my part. So if you hit those needle rats, or whatever they're called, sword rats, I can't remember, they will retaliate with their needle attack, which does a lot of damage. But if you hit them with literally anything other than the fight command, you're safe from it. So Edward charmed that bird, and that's why I was avoiding attacking it. Because I knew that as long as it was charmed, it was going to do something horrible to its friends. Which is what we want. We want the evil birds to do horrible things to its friends. So, man, Yang, you took your guys on a training mission all the way over on Mount Hobs. That is quite a hike from Fabul Castle, man. So the reason I attacked it with Edward this time is because I knew that Edward had a chance to charm it, and thankfully he was successful in doing so. Let's do a little more of this. Nice. Charmed monsters are great. So, when I was first playing this, I got lost here. Not lost, but I wasn't sure which way to go, and I wasn't nearly as leveled up as I am now. So, your guys, some of them, have a really cool spell called Sight, and what it does is it zooms out for you so you can see which way that you're supposed to go. This is what, well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so it's a really handy thing to use if you're not sure where to go. And you can see in the lower right hand corner is where Fabul Castle is, and over on the far left is where we left Mount Hobs. Oh, he did not succeed in charming the bird that time. Ooh, okay, so apparently the gargoyles are weak to arrows as well. Good to know, good to know. Nice, a couple of lives. I got a life, guys. How about that? Oh, goodness. These guys again. Oof, no charm. Yikes. Okay, we're gonna get some healing in here in a moment, just to be safe. She will heal her, and we're gonna have Rydia heal him. Now we're in better shape. Yang could use a bit of healing, but he's still got over 200, so I'm going to say that he's okay for now. Nice. Ooh. So Rosa learns Cure 2. That is going to be a huge help for us. Let's see here. Ah, this controller again, not super accurate, but that's okay. We got it. Okay, and here is Fabul Castle. Still intact by the looks of it. I like the music here. OC Remix did a great version of the music for this place. It was just absolutely stunning. I'll see if I can link it in the description. So they're all saying, hey, you know, we're waiting for you. Oh no, we lost our main force. I can't believe it. Well, it's true, and we need to report to their king. But first of all, we need to do the necessary stuff. So Yang's thing is that he can equip claws. The claws are basically like, I don't know, Vega's claws from Street Fighter. Basically, if Wolverine wore his claws on top of his hands instead of coming out of his hands. So I can't remember what these guys that we're going to be fighting next are weak to. We've got 18,000 gold, and that's good because in addition to some claws, we've also got brand new armor for Cecil, and we're going to want each of these things. So the helmet, the armor, and the gauntlets. So we've gone from shadow to darkness to black. Awesome. the Ice Claw and the Thunder Claw because he's already equipped with the Fire Claw. Okay, so before we do anything else, let us equip Cecil. I still haven't gotten... I don't know if there's a Darkness Shield anywhere in the game. If there is, we haven't seen it. Okay, so his helmet. Armor. And gauntlets. Awesome. And then Yang. I'm going to say, you know, we just got the Ice and Thunder Claw, so let's equip those. They don't change his attack power, except now he's got, you know, one on each hand, so that'll presumably make him stronger. He's got 2 attacks, I think. They just change the element that he's attacking with. So instead of fire, he's attacking with thunder and then ice. And let's go over to the inn, because that couldn't hurt. Ooh, we got an item store here as well. I don't think we need anything, though. I think we're doing pretty good. So let's use the... Oh, let's take a look here. Nothing. Okay, still gotta look. And 100 gold, yeah, no problem. We are swimming in money at this point. And I think it's largely due to us being very careful with leveling, especially the time that we spent in the Capo Desert. Okay. And one more thing that I want to do is I want to go out and save now. Because I don't know if there's another opportunity to save, and I want to just make sure that we're in a good place in case something goes horribly wrong. So we're going to save, and life is good, and back in the castle. So instead of going through there to continue on to the throne room, we're going to come out here first. I don't remember if there's anything down this way, but I definitely want to go in those 2 towers up there. Just for some story bits. Yep, okay, nothing there. Now we know. Let's go in the right tower. What do we have here? Looks like the barracks. I heard you were ambushed at Mount Hobs. Are you okay, sir? Yeah, we're fine. Karate Master Yang. Nothing can defeat him. Oh, I'm not sleeping. I am contemplating. I'm just resting my eyes. Second floor. Looks like a tavern. Beat them up, sir. Safe in the castle. Safe in the castle. Remember that. Ooh, 500 gold there. Nice. And the obligatory dancing. Sure. Different tune this time. Actually one of the guards, or the soldiers, apparently. Achoo. Achoo. Gesundheit. Okay. Moving on up, this is the king's room. If we talk to her, she tells us as much. We're going to grab this now. Found a tent. Okay. And that's all that's here, I think. Unless there's some like secret passage out this little nook here that I don't know about. Nope, get out of my way. There we go. And nope, nothing. Okay. And we're out. Left tower. Ooh, Cure 1. Nice. Not super useful anymore, but, you know, it'll do. Another tent, a heal, and a Cure 1. You know what? Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe those Cure 1s will come in handy in another few minutes. This is the nursing room. I would have used a different word for it, like it's the hospital, or it's the recovery room. No, even recovery room is, yeah. Hi, honey. It's my wife. This is Cecil. He saved my life. Yang's wife. Thanks. And that's all there is to it right now. Remember her later on in the game. We'll be back. Also, I gotta say, I love how, like, the 1950s this is. You see how they have separate beds. Alright. So now that we've explored the towers, now is the point where I probably should have gone and saved. But you know what? We're already this far. I don't want to go all the way back out. So we're just going to go and proceed. Yang. King. The Baronian Kingdom mobilized his force to get our Crystal of Air. The one called Golbez is behind this attempt. Truly. These people here came to let us know. Who are these people? Who are these people? It stayed in the Seinfeld voice. We have no time to waste. The defense of the castle must be tightened immediately. But you're a Dark Knight of Baron. Can I really trust you? King, they are trustworthy. They came to my defense when I was attacked. Not a moment is to be lost. There is no time. I'm glad to see you again, sir. Oh, Prince Edward. Diamcyan too has suffered from the attack and had the crystal taken away. I lost my parents and beloved friend. Would you let the same thing happen to Fabul? I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. Will you help us defend the crystal? I've never picked no, and I'm not going to pick no now. He probably says something like, I understand, and you can't really progress until you say yes. So we're going to say yes. They are all outstanding combatants. I ask them to take the forefront. Very well. I'll leave the matter in your hands. Girls, would you take the office of relief? Certainly. I'm assuming meaning that they don't want the women on the front lines, or that they want them helping with wounded and stuff like that. I actually found this really annoying even the first time I played this, because I'm like, look, Rydia is a kid. Yes, that's true. And I guess I can understand it there. But she has phenomenal power. And Rosa, even more so, is an adult, first of all, and can make her own decisions. And two, has healing magic. Like we just learned Cure 2. Come on. So I think it would be really useful to have her in the front line with us so that, we don't die. That would be good. But apparently, hey, it's 91. Take care. So do you, and you, Rydia. Oh, the translation. Someday I'll play the PSP version, which I've heard is pretty much like the best version of this game. They are coming. Meet them. I do kind of like that line. Alright, so Baron. Ooh, we gotta... Well, actually our formation is okay, I think. Baron not even trying to hide that it's them doing this. Like, they're not sending in, monsters or anything. They're literally sending in their own troops, wearing their own colors. That's just the gall of this Golbez person and the King of Baron right now. Okay, so for the most part, we're going to have Cecil and Yang do the fighting here, and Edward, because he's not as strong in the combat front, he's going to be using the healing items to keep everyone alive. The Red Wings. So you have an aerial bombardment attack in what amounts to basically medieval times. Like, that's devastating. We can't fight back the airships. Retreat. One last look out the gate. Now we're talking. Sorry, I dragged you into a hopeless war. I told you, the cause of war is not yours alone, and we haven't lost yet. Kick some butt is what we're gonna do. One of the problems, of course, is that we are going to win every single battle that we enter into here, but we're still going to lose the war. And, you know, I like that in one respect and I don't in another. The reason I don't like it, obviously, is because being the player of the game, I'm winning all the battles, and therefore, logic would say that I should win and achieve the best outcome. But what I do like about it at the same time, paradoxically, is that, you know, you can have, you know, one little detachment like Cecil, Yang, and Edward here doing great and beating back bad guys, and at the same time the rest of the castle is being overrun. Uh-oh. We must withdraw. Two guys stay behind. The king has already taken refuge with the women and children. Draw the enemies and smash them. Yang for Super Smash Brothers. Come on, make it happen. Oof. Yikes. So, these guys obviously not pulling any punches. And honestly, these guys are worse than the monsters. The monsters we were fighting a little bit ago, you know, we could handle them fairly easily. These guys apparently have really high defense and really dish out the damage too. So just like with the fight in the inn where we were protecting Rydia, if we knock out the fighters, the general will retreat. Either because he's a coward or because he's smart. I'll leave it up to you to decide which one. Because it could go either way. Really, it depends in your mind how competent you want the enemy to be. We can't hold here any longer. At least they all escaped that time. Nope. We lost a guy, apparently. Lock the door. We must at least hold this ground. Where's the crystal? Upstairs. Opened. What? What are you doing? Oh, he was a monster or a bad guy in disguise the whole time. Ouch. Let's go after her. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Nice. Let's retreat to the crystal room. Yikes. Uh-oh. Edward! Don't worry, man. I'm gonna save you. Oof. Maybe. These guys don't kill us first. wonder if him singing will do anything here. I really haven't messed around with his sing ability at all in any of my games. I've found it much more useful for him to just attack and rely on whatever special effect his current harp does to the enemy, because they're usually pretty useful. I think there's one that puts enemies to sleep, and there's this one that charms them. Hey, nice. Alright, so we get to the crystal room. And you may remember from the beginning of the game in Mysidia, where Cecil stole the crystal water from them. It looked exactly the same as this, but ooh, what do we have here? It's been a while, Cecil. Cain, you're alive. I mean, what I was saying is that the crystal rooms always look the same, and you can put in your own interpretation for what that is, whether it's just the game designers making it this way so that you always know that it's a crystal room, or maybe it's just the way that these rooms were built all throughout the world, or maybe it has something else entirely, an ancient aliens aspect, but we'll get there. Yeah. Fight with us. Surely, but against you, Cecil. Cain? Single combat, Cecil. No! Not really giving him a choice here. Cain! Cain! The famous ... Alright, we can fight back. What's wrong? Ha! Can't remember if we're actually supposed to beat him, or if it's more of a... Oh my god. If it's more of a timed thing. Or if he's supposed to beat us. Jeez. It must be that he's supposed to beat us. Yeah, there's no way. He's doing way too much damage. And he's way too fast. Oof. You are under Golbez's. I'll put you out of your misery. You can't. No. Uh-oh. Rosa. Cain. Why you... Don't look at me. Oh. So he feels shame here when Rosa calls him out on his bullshit. But then, the Puppet Master. Why so upset, Cain? I always imagine Golbez having a Darth Vader voice, but obviously I can't get my voice that low. Golbez! You are Golbez, and you are Cecil. Glad to see you. And take my greeting. Cecil, no! Ha! Boom. One small gesture from Golbez. Yang and Edward both blasted aside. That's enough. Take the crystal, Cain. Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Yes, Master. No, Cain! Whoop. Don't! Is this the girl so important to you? Very well. I shall see you again. I'm taking her as a token of this promise. Come, Cain. Zoop! Notice the hesitancy here. Like, Cain's doing it, and he's acting like a jerk, but he's still hesitating. You had a narrow escape, Cecil. Notice he doesn't kill him here. Lets him go. Wait. Rosa. Thank goodness. You okay? Thanks, Rydia. But Rosa was taken. And the crystal. Rosa. Come on, Rosa is all right, and we can take back the crystal too. That's right. We will help you this time. Heal the wound and let us think about how to rescue Rosa. Thank you. I'm in control again here. So these are the wells that the crystals hover over. I never really talked to you too much about what this is or what these rooms are, but again, all the crystal rooms are the same. And remember that my flippant ancient aliens remark later in the game when we get there. The king has been wounded, so he is resting in his bedroom. Well, we know where that is now, but I'm more interested in what this switch does and where it leads to. So we've got one of these hidden passages, apparently it goes this way. And this one you can't see. Like, they're not giving you any hints as to where it goes. You just kind of got to fumble around with the directional pad until you find it. Ooh, there's the black shield. So we're going from the shadow shield to the black shield. If you know where the dark shield is, the darkness shield, someone let me know. But it only increased by 1, which makes me think that there is no darkness shield in this game. That it is all just shadow shield and then black shield. Okay, so we're done here. We are going to head up to those towers. Let's talk to these guys and see what they say now. You must be tired. Please rest at our inn. I will do so. But first, we have 2 important people to check in on. Remember that we found Yang's wife up here, so we kind of want to see how she's doing. She did just survive an attack on the castle. Ooh. So in the infirmary here. So Rosa might be known, like, well known among the white mage community here. Since that mage there name drops her. You can see these guys are pretty distraught over what happened here. Shocked that the enemy side had monsters working with them. Commenting on that Golbez character. My, you are alive! They saved not only me, but Fabul as well. Thanks for everything. Are you okay? Sure. A soldier came, but I hit him with my frying pan. Remember that for later. Ah. Okay. So that was one important person we wanted to talk to, and the other is in the other tower, that being, of course, the king of Fabul, who is apparently, as they said, wounded in the battle. What do these 2 folks have to say? If we had an airship, we might have been doing a bit better than this. It's true. I mean, they could have combated Baron Air Force to Air Force. That guy still being lazy in bed. I want to be strong like our karate fighters. It's good that our town is within the castle. True. So people were mostly protected, it seems. And here is the king. Let's talk to this person first, though. The king used to be a great karate fighter also. It's nothing to worry about. Oh yeah, he's fine. He's just bedridden. We will have to do something. Do not worry and rest for now. So I guess the advice was correct in that we should just go use the inn. People traumatized all over the place from the attack. I'm going to check the weapons and armor store again because, hey, you never know. Same stuff, okay. Yang, you must be very tired. Please rest here. And now we talk about what we're going to do next. We must rescue Rosa, but we need the airship. Baron is the only one who has it. Can't we sneak in? Baron's main force is the Red Wings. The sea power is relatively weak. And remember, Cecil knows what he's talking about. He used to be the captain of the Red Wings. Let's make it on the sea. But how? I will ask the king for a ship. He will cooperate with you. Thanks. Who's that dragoon? Kane, who used to be my best friend. Together we swore to get out of Baron. I see. Anyway, we must take a rest now. I love that, take a rest now. It's so Japanese. I see. Yang, go and help them. We owe Cecil so much. A ship will be arranged soon. We hope it will help. Cecil, take this sword. A dark knight who came to Fabul left this long ago. But it is still the arms of the dark side. Keep that in mind as well. It will not work against the true evil. Received the black sword. Go to the harbor to the east as soon as you get prepared, but find a ship is there for you. If Golbez acquires them all, the world will face an unprecedented crisis. Talking about the crystals, of course. And he just says the same thing. So again, Dark Knight doesn't necessarily mean evil, you know? So it's like, again, I talked about the Lloyd Alexander books, where the Black Sword Dernwyn, I think it's called, is like the greatest sword. And it's not evil or anything like that, it just is. Alright, so we're going to get out of here, save, and call it a night. So, if you've joined me, thank you very much for tuning in and playing Final Fantasy IV with me. I will be playing it again next Friday at 8:30, so if you want to tune in then and see where we go from here, by all means, please join me. And I will see you soon.